radius of this?
Yeah.
80-foot radius. We're nuking the battlefield.
You want to point at where you're centering your spell?
It's kind of like that, give or take. Oosh.
Will this hit Quintessa and Agony, or down somewhat?
They flew up to the 40 feet. I think they missed because they're at the edge.
Yep. Okay.
But it was
Is
close.
there SR? Keep the radius just for a second.
So let me redo.
Redo. All right, SR.
Okay, I will roll the crack SR. I will spend a charge of my thingy, of my Corlon star, to get better at this. So 2 number 1d20 plus 19. 36.
Oh boy, those Cornugons. If you crack through theirs, I think every other devil. Oh, you resoundingly break all of the devil's SRs. Their spell resistance cannot stand against the blinding spell of the Alphasian.
Foosh. Okay.
Be light.
Reflex save or be blind. Also, there's damage involved, but the main part is being blind.
All right, let's do the Barbazoos first, and there are 2 troops of them.
Okay. DC is 29.
Am I allowed to laugh now?
Barbazoos on their own have balls. Please. What the fuck? No, it's too low. Yeah, it becomes that. Yep. 19 for one of the troops.
Okay, that whole troop is blind.
And 28 for the troop that's below you.
They're blind.
Okay.
They also take full damage. They're not harmed by bright light, I'm assuming.
Not especially, like...
So the damage is not the main thrust of the spell.
But they are a troop, and this is an AoE.
This is true. So it's 66 from light. So 25, 37. That's actually pretty decent.
They're really hurt. 249 damage to that troop. All right, and this is 37 on the troop that hasn't been injured yet.
Yep.
And all blind. All right, the 12 individual Uriniers. Well, let's just see. If they made their save, they take 12 damage, right?
Yes.
The ones that have 66 can still take it. Oh, so annoying. Okay. The 4 that... These are wills?
Reflex.
Reflex.
Should be better at this than the devils, than the other guys, but they're individuals, so...
Yep. 31 make it?
One person can see.
All right, so that's 12 damage. 55. And then the others take the full 25.
And are blind.
Give me a second. This is going to take a moment.
I don't know. I sat here, felt like I was taking it for an hour. They can take it for a round.
Hey, I don't care if you defeat Zariel's Legion. She's got more than one. You're just weakening the blood war effort. It's fine. There's no consequence.
She should have come to us and asked permission.
Doesn't know who you are.
Well, that's her problem, isn't it?
She gonna know now.
Well, she knew when she arrived, and these are the mortals that were fighting Jubilex. What the fuck?
What are you idiots doing?
Right.
2 make it.
2 make it?
Yeah.
Okay. If you could add
I can
12 to those 2, while I add 25 to these ones.
All right. 78.
91. Oh, no, you made them all unconscious and they're flying and they're all hurt. You actually knocked that group out.
Foosh.
Okay, now the Barb Devil troop. The ones
Yeah,
that...
I want you to fail.
I want you to feel
You're gonna do
so
something
bad.
terrible.
Do you know what they do when they split up?
They're
They-
gonna all cast Fireball or some stupid
They
shit.
all Scorching Ray.
Son of a-
The
Fail.
Barb Devils have a plus 14, which means their troop has a plus 20. 23.
They're all blind.
God damn.
Shoot your own buttholes. I don't care about.
Those are the ones I wanted to get close to do the
Yeah.
we're not a troop anymore. The light. Then we've got Bone Devils.
Yep.
There's 3 of them.
Yep.
This one's not blind. He was just stunned here. Let me
Yep.
give it another different.
I got a suspicion about what happens after this. The Pit Fiend General gets really mad.
He's not a pit fiend. He might be on.
He's a powerful Cornugon. 2 of them are blind. 1 of them is not.
Okay, the one on the ground is blind and stunned.
He's having a
Quintessa.
bad time.
And then the other 2, so he takes the full 25,
As does the one beneath him.
and then that one is also blind. Fuck, this is awful. And your army? Yeah, can't see.
Did you bring a priest? We're devils. What do we need priests for?
All right, the 2 regular Cornugons. Chulas. I got so many tabs open. Close a few. Imp. Bearded. Cornugon. Plus 17. It's not good enough. 36 at 31.
They make it
They make their saves.
in the telepathic bond or the telepathic connection. Do you want to call it a draw?
That was awesome.
Give me a diplomacy check. You're
Okay.
able to communicate much more than you possibly can. First, do you mean it?
Oh yeah, I'm like, if you, well, this seems pretty like we'll leave, and we'll just leave. We're good to leave. Like we can take this up on another day, like a 24-hour ceasefire.
We'll be back soon. Meet our other.
he
actual
does intend
friends.
it as a 24-hour ceasefire. Like we're coming back though. Like that part.
Okay.
There's the intention to come back.
All right. Give me your diplomacy check. This is to ask a favor.
Ask a favor. Okay.
Let me set the DC before you roll. So these guys are hostile. It's 25 plus the generals.
And the general's not neutral unless he's a really bad devil.
8, 33. And let me just look at the. "24-hour ceasefire."
Yeah, basically the request is a 24-hour ceasefire.
Sure. I know what the DC is. Thanks.
Nope. we fight on.
We will accept your surrender.
Ah! we got this. We got this.
We will accept your surrender, is what you hear.
Your
The forfeiture of your archmage.
You
You're
hear, you
you're-
physically
you're
hear.
this-
Fuck you.
You're this spawn of lemur.
Okay. The battle will continue. Sunny. Debilitating the entire army. Like, what the fuck?
Druids have a whole bunch of those sorts of spells.
What the fuck is this troop gonna do? We're a bunch of spine devils. There's flying people. How long does this last?
Forever.
Forever.
Their
Oh.
eyes don't work.
Until they get removed blindness, I think, put on.
You hear telepathic communication, Sonny. Perhaps
Yeah.
I can assist with your diplomacy. It's a feminine voice. The general is a very proud fiend. You must present your case in a way that it appears that it's a victory. He is so close to a promotion that he will rather die.
I'll kill her, don't worry.
We do need you. We appreciate the help in investigating the fall of Kurtleneck, but we do lay claim to this space, and your army here torturing kobolds is unacceptable.
What do you offer in exchange?
Your lives.
Information.
Okay. You feel the telepathic connection sort of recede. What information? There's an angry voice back as this spine troop is like hunkering down and like trying to. They actually march away. Like they're moving very slowly as they're pointing their weapons and their spines up towards all of you. They're basically going defensive, and they may have radiant actions to claw at anything they get their hands on, but they're not. Let me check to see if they have anything they could try. Requires sight. Requires sight. I think they orders Wrath one of them orders Wrath the area that he last saw the group, but because you guys didn't move, I think Thogrim and Howie just take 6 damage each. Sonny, you're up there with them, right?
Yep.
Okay, so Thogrim, Howie, Sonny, and Mistra take 6 damage because you guys are
In the bad zone.
yeah. This is they're using the lawful cube of lawful damage.
All right.
Just to let you know that they still know where you are. Does that knock any of you out or
No,
change the
not-
conditions of the battle?
Sonny's officially bloodied.
Okay.
Yeah, so is Thogrim.
Get their asses-
information? I suggest you entice him in some way.
Well, do you prefer to hear about your patron fighting Jubilex, or about the fallen god that is being birthed here? One of these tales, I'm certain, is worthy of victory.
Not enough. You will go to the kobold camp and take from them one of the artifacts of the fallen god and bring it to me.
Why didn't you tell us there was an artifact of a fallen god? We would have gone there first.
An artifact of Kurtleneck?
Yes. And then we will leave this world.
If this legion is to return to this world, you must parlay with me, Druid of Volcanica, first.
I have never heard of you before today.
I tend to leave an impression.
How old are you, Druid?
3?
There's like this, like he doesn't believe you.
We will bring you an artifact for your retreat from my prime. Or your to return as heroes from my prime. He'll rephrase the statement.
Very
Heroes will
well.
retreat.
We will garrison here at your spot with your permission.
Have a lovely day.
Okay, there is almost like a ripple of shouting and telepathic. It's not for you, but you could almost like feel the static. You notice all the devils. Some of them are injured, like trying to stand. They all kind of go into a non-combative stance to start the round. I'm gonna play through the round, but okay, Thogrim and Howie.
Calm. We are leaving. We are leaving. Thogrim, we're leaving. No more shoosting. we are flying away.
Papa, which target next?
No, Papa.
Shut up, Howie. Thogrim is going to cast. Where is it? Greater make whole. Is that minutes, right?
That's a standard.
That's standard.
That's
okay.
the quick one.
Yeah, it's the good one.
Yeah.
Make whole sucks. Greater make whole.
No, greater make whole. Yeah, we use that. So that's how many? 10d6 plus 10. It's on on Howie. Howie got fucked up. $30. Look at that.
So you
Below average roll.
the general, or what else is Thogrim doing?
Which way are we going?
We're gonna teleport away. This is Agony. We don't want to know. We don't want to let them know where we're going.
Well, we can fly out of distance, and then we can fly
My
out
dispel. My.
and dispel the. He's
Yeah.
covered in.
Okay, let's head east.
He's covered in issues.
Let's head east.
Okay, so you start flying.
Head, yeah,
But
head east.
that's west.
Oh,
You want to go west. East is
I mean
right.
west. Sorry, west. I meant west. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah, don't go
I
east.
assume he
Anything but
didn't-
east.
He didn't want to fly above the devil camp. Okay, so move where you're gonna move.
Yeah, it's going up and away.
Okay, move your tokens.
So how we?
Okay, you can see the angry barb devil troop below you.
That's how we can move this far.
Papa.
Thogrim cast twice. We're not hasted. Can Thogrim hold on to Howie and Howie just drag his ass?
That can interrupt your casting. You have to start making caster checks. It's like riding.
Okay, make a concentration check then to do that.
Okay, how far is Howie moving? Like how many moves?
Yeah. 3 moves.
So he's
So
Okay.
straight ass moving. Or two, and Thogrim can move one on his own.
what's the level of the spell?
It's a 4th level spell.
Okay, you can automatically make that concentration check.
If we'd come here with the full party, we'd have won already.
Oh yeah, it would. Yeah, you can hold on, and it's a bumpy ride, and you end up way out here.
Brenos has metal and a big old swinging and sword with short work of like, oh no, all the saving throws.
The general is barking orders telepathically, and he's just watching all of you. He's got a ready to action. Black Bess is just trying to wipe off. She tries to wipe off the glitter dust, and just has a ready to action. I think you owe me one.
Sonia Volcanica, and you are
Bess Blackheart, Avernus.
I am certain I'll have a chat. I will have a chance to fulfill this favor at some point.
Good. You've killed several of my sisters today.
Well, they were trying to kill me.
Indeed. The Araignée troop, they're all screwed up. There's 3 of them. They don't seem to be too concerned about their sisters. They're flying back. They're flying back. The blind ones have just landed, and they're crouching. They've got their swords out. The bone devils, the one that face tanked, is no longer stunned, I don't think. He gets up, and he's looking up at the group of you. No, sorry, he was blinded.
He's blind. Yeah.
All right.
He smashed his face in the ground, and now his eyes don't work.
Yeah, he's got ready actions to attack anything that comes near him. So does this one. He just lands to the ground and kind of kicks at one of the bearded devil bodies. This bone devil is going to start. He starts yelling at the bearded devils who are all blinded and tripping over each other. Oh, it's a sad scene. You've turned these proud and vicious troops into bumbling idiots. Agony, can you patch me up? Agony's leaking.
Yes.
He'll delay until after Quintessa.
Quintessa will channel.
Okay.
So D6.
You know, I can just come back and assassinate everybody here.
Fuck. A shit roll 7.
Okay, so he's still got 2 damage, but it stops the bleeding wound, and Agony is gonna start flying to catch
Name,
up with
cannon
Thogrim.
shot, devil.
Thogrim, are you around? Are you here?
I'm next to Howie, yes.
Okay, I'll get rid of that.
Punch.
That lock that you've got on you. Quintessa, she touched with her heel. What else are you doing?
Yeah. Oh no, she channeled, so it was a.
Okay.
It was AoE.
Oh, that healed a bunch of people
Yeah.
then.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
It's Sunny,
Mistra,
Mistra.
myself, and- It was a shitty level 7.
And are you staying there or are you moving?
Staying here for now. I don't know why we're all just flying away when we should just be fucking teleporting away at this point.
Because one of our members is dimensionally anchored.
Oh fuck you, bastard!
The whispered
That's
whispered
what
plan
happened.
was to fly away, dispel the dimensional anchor, and then teleport.
All right, so she'll. We are hasted. Yes. So that's what move.
Okay. Sunny, Mistra?
So, blackbirds are crows, ravens. In the telepathic connection,
Pardon me.
what type of? You remind me of blackbirds. Are they your favorite animal?
Raven, if it matters.
Okay, just make a note. Likes ravens. I will take an action to dismiss the fairy fire,
Okay.
and we're gonna.
There's a mental nod from the telepathic bond.
We're gonna go this way. We'll match Quintessa.
Okay.
Here.
Nothing hostile happened in this round. The general thinks that you guys are going to go and find him an artifact of a god.
We are. It's just. It's going to be a dwarf carrying the sword, and it's going to put the sword through his fucking head.
All right, you from afar could see the the strange kerfuffle as the several greater devils are trying to bring order to their blinded troops. Oh, that's a lot of permanent blindness.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
Yes.
You come back in 24 hours, that problem isn't solved.
No, it's not. So
We'll
That
be
wa-
back.
that was exciting.
Agony's gonna. We'll see how much spell power Agony needs to
Get rid of
use
the-
to get rid of the 18th level. Oh no, sorry, this came from the Bone Devils. The 12th level.
Oh.
Dimensional lock. Agony has
Sucks.
dispel magic as a sorcerer.
Sonny will use one of his because he's really good at dispelling.
Sure.
So
Bat
Sonny,
goes over and lands. They grope around finding Thogrim.
So yeah, like Sonny gets to roll twice and has a +2 bonus on dispelling. So
Nice.
yeah, so dispel magic 1d2 number 1d20 plus 17 minus 11. 26th level magic.
Yeah, okay. Sunny in one spell.
Are you feeling better, Thogrim?
Yes. Yes, now let's get out of here. And go get our friends!
When you touched
your
him,
friends,
he
bring
like
our
winces in pain. Thogrim's got 125 damage.
Sonny has got
like right into a wound.
Mistro was like 5 hit points for bloodied before the AoE channels. Sonny is still bloodied. He got asses kicked by AoE.
Oh, that's bad.
Agony, because he wandered over, got out of the AoE, but he was
saved
bleeding.
so much pain.
Yeah.
All right, so I think we're going to tell.
Although he's evil, he wouldn't have got any of the unholy
True.
damage. He would have got the lawful damage, because I think he's shifted neutral evil.
I think we're going to go to the cabin in the cabin in the woods.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah. We're going to teleport to the cabin in the woods, have a nap, have a think, decide whether or not we need a big sword, and then we'll come back and we'll go and do the mines. I think we'll go do the mines and then see if there's anything in it that we might want to give the devil, because being on good terms with the devils, it's not the worst thing in the world. The devils came to save us once already. We got saved by these devils once at one point.
Okay. Well,
Sonny's going to make an argument to not exterminate the devils as long as they promised to leave, and that they would tell me if they came back again.
Barnabas would be like, "Yeah, don't exterminate the devils. Don't do that."
Yeah.
We'll probably have there might end up being a conversation there.
Yeah,
I don't know.
give me a second. How many days did it take for Barnabas, Widget, Slake, and Cog? They were back that night, weren't they?
I think we're meeting up, basically. So how did it go?
Oh yeah, because they're all giggling from doing the delayed blast fireball through the interplanetary mailing device.
We committed a federal offense.
All right, so let me see if I'm going to copy these tokens, and I'm going to move back because I think we could have that conversation now.
Hello.
Let me save this map. Is it C? It is B. Oh, you guys are there. It's the other group I need to... who am I missing? I'm missing Brennos and
Widget.
Widget. Barnabas
Slakeroony.
with
And,
Polly 3, Slake,
Bebop, Boopop, Cog.
Cog. Bebop.
And Rocksteady.
Why don't I have a cog? Agony will have cast the greater teleport. It's fine with that. And I need a cog. For whatever reason, he has disappeared from this map. I need to search the hard drives.
Barnabas is going to be like, did you find the materials you need to make your lens? It's like, no, well. No.
All right, so there's what conversation does Sonny and group interrupt between Cog, Barnabas, Brennos? Like, this is the evening of you guys returning.
So what do you think was on the other end of the tube?
That is very hard to say. I mean, the writing came from some sort of like insectoid limb claw sort of thing. So it was either an insectoid thing with a claw or something using one as a quill.
But they need a piece of tree there, right? So it's got to be some sort of like a tree.
Barnabas, give me a knowledge planes, or an untrained knowledge check.
I would rather go with the knowledge planes.
Yeah. I need both, actually. Just
Okay.
know what those numbers are.
All right. So Barnabas will take 20
Mhm.
on the knowledge planes, giving him a 75.
Okay, and then the untrained?
And an untrained knowledge check is 26, 29, 38, 40. If I take 10, 50.
All right, so in that combined roll, Barnabas knows that there was a time that the Imperium had close relations with the Empire of Gazarija. Empire of Gazarija was like a dominant empire on a significantly populated prime world that had influence into other prime worlds.
Okay.
In the last while, in recent history, they became reclusive, or the Imperium has shut off their connections with the leaders of the Gazarijan Empire because of an entity called the Emperor Worm that Walks that has seized the Empire from within. The Gazarijan Empire has a bug problem.
Okay. Now, I believe I've heard Sonny speak of the worm that walks.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, that is the conversation we're having. Well, you see, the worm that walks thing that Sonny's really upset about. They got an emperor worm that walks that runs basically the Gazarijan Empire. So that's why we're not so friendly anymore.
There are a lot of Gazaregians and folks from that world that have left to other worlds, but the Imperium is suspicious because they're worried about people that carry the worm plague, like the worm that crawls inside of people. And
Okay, so are they like not loud or?
no, it's just like if you were Gazaregian, you'd probably have a hard time going through song gates.
Okay.
That are under Imperial control. Okay. They were an ally of the Imperium, so this is considered the Emperor Worm that Walks, and that thing is considered an anathema, highly dangerous being to the Imperium.
Yeah. So, how bad could it be?
Well, the worm that walks thing.
Well, I mean,
the fuck is a worm that walks? Says Slake as the party is teleporting in. You heard Slake saying that?
It's a horrible thing. What?
Oh, the party's beat up. Thogrim's got over 100 damage.
To you?
We had a good time near Amalgamons.
I told. There's a legion of devils there that is looking for things. And there, I met a lady devil, and she was rather nice. She helped negotiate peace between our parties.
We could have taken them. Well, maybe.
If we had had our spells ready.
Sonny starts casting heal spells. Like,
yeah, Agony agrees to that.
No argument.
Barnabas, many interesting things. We met a gnome in a giant crab His name was Elmos, and he's a Nettleshade, and he was a Shadowcaster. He's
Would,
looking
would you
over,
give
giving-
me a knowledge arcana
Widget-
from Widget?
So Widget also has knowledge shadow. As a, just in case that matters.
Sure.
It's the same
Whichever,
same bonus.
Whichever is higher. You can do the
Yeah.
synergy thing. Synergy.
38.
I feel there needed to be stars and some sort of stance when I said
Ah,
synergy.
synergy.
So lame.
Corpo speak.
Elmos Nettleshade is an archmage that is known to haunt the Umbra Forge.
Ooh.
And he serves an even more powerful caster. Where the fuck is that sticky note? Sorry, I've got 15 to 20 sticky notes all in a big pile. He learned magic or is the apprentice of a shadow lich.
Ooh.
Oh, Barnabas can't judge.
By the name of fucking complicated name from module on Thorifel. I'm getting rid of one of those R's. That's awful. On Thorifel.
On Thorifel.
Yeah.
All right. On Thorifel.
On Thorifel. No, on Thorifel.
All right. I like it.
The Shadow Lich might be, what was your total? 38? Might be the class of spellcaster beyond Archmage.
Ooh.
Some sort of grand ritualist, like some ancient thing.
Yeah, I know.
You know this because people have whispered about him. You've never seen the Shadow Lich before.
Did you piss it off? Piss him off? Well, maybe a little bit. We did chase him off the plane.
Yeah. The Shadow Realm near the Amalgamons is not a place you should picnic. We saw
yes.
at least a dozen, maybe more shadow dragons, various sizes, flying around.
And it was highly oppressive in the region. Like, it was choking of one's life. You could feel it draining. Most uncomfortable.
Yeah, you see, if there was no magic, there wouldn't be any fucking stepping back and forth between those shadow dimensions, and just leave them there, and we'll be here, and it'll all be good.
Normally, I don't like to agree with that sort of talk, but I mean, if they'd stay where they are and we'd stay where we are, things would be better. But they're breaking through to here, so you gotta stomp them. Tell them to stay where they are.
Yeah.
Basically saying I agree with that.
All right, we're coming around. You'll be breaking your holy symbols in a couple of months. Just one by one. Mark my words.
Right, duly marked. All right.
Brenna's making a rude gesture back to Slake. Slake's fine with that.
Flicking the beard to you.
Yep.
We met this apprentice of a what now? Apprentice of a shadow lich who's gone beyond that with which magic exists to like the next level. Apparently, a ritualist of some sort.
Okay, can anyone get above 38
Yes.
in Knowledge Arcana?
Yeah.
I think Sonny is one of those people.
Barnabas takes 10 and gets 75.
Okay, what you think Widget is trying to describe is that the Lich on Thorofel, also known as the Shadow Lich because he's a shadow caster, not because he's a shadowy thing, is an epic level caster.
Oh, you mean
10th circle, 11th circle. Yeah.
Yeah, and then there are rituals that only the greatest of Archmagi of old could do with that magic.
That is an old magic you speak of. 10th and 11th circle spells through ritual.
Yeah. So did he piss it off or no?
Barnabas raises an eyebrow. Did you piss it off?
Well, like Sonny said, we scared him off. Thogrim wanted the crab.
Yes.
We killed some of his
Bastard.
dominated elementals we left behind.
He was very free with the dominations. Kind of, you know. He had a dominated genie with him.
The fire ones.
Oh, we also killed a magma dragon and made friends with the ash scale tribe. They're so interesting.
Sorry.
Agony shakes his head.
It was
Bunch
a
of
fucking
kobold
waste of time.
scavengers.
All right. The dragon.
Yes.
They have holds. Often.
Apparently, it was believed the dragon's hold was destroyed in the eruption. The magma dragons of Malvermont.
Kobold said that there was a clan of them
So
there. Yep. Oh, we found one of the... Here. He's got the Masterwork Barbazoo glaive. It's the Barbazoo that makes it supernaturally bleedy. It's not even the glaive itself.
You
pretty
you
sharp.
Keep that. You can keep that. That's for you.
That's for you.
You can see that they've got a bunch of treasure out. The lion-themed artwork and the kukri and the lion shield. And
We know where there's a place where they're trying to mine up the remnants of the god Kurtlemek. We plan to go there next to fulfill our deal with the General Lasherson, the Lashy General. I should probably get his name right when I meet him next.
Sonny,
We fucked up.
did you make a deal with the devil?
A devil, yes.
Sonny blinded the army.
A nice deviless. Devilress? How do you say a female devil?
This
Devil?
is devil.
Miss
It's
Devil?
like saying human.
Wife.
Oh, just devil. Oh, hi.
What?
Bredos will laugh with
I
that
was-
as well. So Sonny's just confused.
Have you seen some of the dwarven? No? Alright, fine.
Quintessa smacks you in the side of the head.
Is this before or after the healing of the
Did he get
100?
before the
So,
right in the wound.
so no, there's a rather lovely Arinyas who's a very good archer, who we made a deal with to basically get this Devil Legion off of Volcanica. They don't belong here. So we don't need to kill them. They will leave, and they promise that they will notify me if they ever needed to return.
What was that legion called?
Oh, it was the Xenian Hammer.
Zariel?
Zariel?
Yeah, Barnabas, you're like, Zariel's hammer is one of the legions of Zariel.
Yes, hers. Yes,
Um,
her legion was here. So we decided it was probably best not to kill them all. So we came to a deal, and it was the plan from the beginning.
all
And
right. I think
totally not a mistake on our behalf.
I think it is very important right now. You tell me the terms of this deal.
We would go to the mines. We would find an artifact of Kurtleneck, give it to this Cornugon who wishes to be a pit fiend, and he would return to it as a sign of his victory, as opposed to getting his ass destroyed by the Druid of Volcanica and the Steel Rose Expeditionary League.
If we all return, we can end them.
But why? We can, they will spread our name, and we will have potentially friends in the future.
You want
Horrible
to give,
friends, but
You want to give up an artifact of Kurtlemak?
it depends what it does. It's going to the hells. What's the worst thing that can happen?
It's in the hells. They
Right, so
do
why don't we just show up and kill
things.
everyone?
We had a good fight against the ghost lions and the undead things. And
There's lots of devils here. We'd have a good time fighting them.
It's not everything has to be ended with violence. We showed them how big and powerful our spells were, and then they understand now because they can't see anymore. They're gonna have to
But
find a priest or something to give.
But they haven't met Slake yet.
the devils cast magic?
Yes.
Yes, they
Oh,
do.
yes.
Good. I'm with Quintessa. We should go and make those devils pay.
They teleport around rather frequently, in large numbers.
Awful, awful.
It's regretful. It is pretty bad. No, this is, in all seriousness, I don't know. I am of the opinion that we shouldn't be slaughtering a legion of someone whom has recently aided us in combat.
No, I am in mark the date on the calendar in complete accordance with Sunny.
Oh,
Right.
good for you.
Zariel is not an enemy we wish to make.
What were they doing here?
They
Exactly.
are, well, they are trying to either find proof of or make claim over Kurtlemac's corpse.
Why?
Technically. They were talking about something called a blood war.
Yeah, well, it's kind of the reason for the existence of hell, so
Of course it is. For everyone else, could you explain what you mean?
sure. Since the beginning of creation, you see, there have been demons. Now, what their demons do is destroy fucking everything, right? So, the angels, prior to the creation of the mortal beings, would fight these things. Now, you have Asmodeus, who was the leader. Now, they became, after millennia of fighting demons, were twisted by chaos, the abyss, and some would say evolved into more warlike forms. This disgusted the angels. Fucking shallow pricks. And they wanted nothing to do with them, but Asmodeus had done nothing wrong. Nothing. And this is, of course, only one version of the story. There are, I can
Wait.
think, three.
I don't think that was quite how they taught it at the temple, the way I heard it, but you know.
Anyway, so Asmodeus says, "Hey, we can make our own little place right next to where the demons is going out. We keep fighting them, and in return, when you make your mortals, we collect them. You know, just the ones that you don't want. Besides, you don't want all the punishment and terrible things going on here with your mortals. I mean, you don't want cry, and well, just give us the bad ones. Just give us the bad ones. And we'll use the souls to power ourselves to fight the Blood War. Wouldn't that be nice for everybody? It's a win-win.
I've got a bit of a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
In your storytelling, you use a lot of us and we and me in strange places.
I know what
Right.
you're talking about. So,
And Harry's quite upset. He never got to fire at anything. You know,
I'm missing-
many
I'm
things. There's
missing
many
Eamon.
things he wanted to fire at.
We're
So-
missing Eamon.
Yeah.
Yes.
so the Blood War is this eternal conflict between the demons of the abyss and the devils of hell.
All right. So
It is the prime, some would argue, the prime reason for the existence of devils.
and Kurtlemak was a demon.
Kurtlemak was a god.
Was Kurtlemak chaotic in nature? Or was he lawful?
Kurtlemak was, Mark doesn't know, so knowledge religion.
I can't remember because kobolds historically have gone through like a massive
Yeah.
alignment shift, depending on which book.
Exactly. Which edition? Yeah.
Yep.
Kurtlemak is lawful evil.
Kurtlemak was a more lawful.
He was on the cube dimension, the Acheron. His home was. Yeah.
Oh, so they would be looking for evidence of his death in form of bolstering the hells or something. Or maybe it's simply a trophy. I don't
It
know.
could be that. It could be Kurtlemak carried something that they want.
If we find Kurtlemak's eyeball, we could give it to the Legion. We could leave them a thank you note to give to Zariel or something like that.
But it said they wanted an artifact.
Well, they said they wanted a something of Kurtlemak's, an artifact of Kurtle. Like in that phrasing, there's artifacts in the sort of mundane sense and artifact in the magical sense.
Here's the important thing. Did you sign anything?
Of course not.
Okay, very good. Now, did you agree to any consequences should you fail?
Oh no, we can fail all we want.
Oh, excellent. All right. Well, we're
He
not
made this
today.
deal after he made the entire army blind.
Oh, okay.
It was
That is the time to do it. Yeah.
Don't worry, we were looking out for him. We were babysitting him. You do notice that they didn't bring anything back? No treasure,
Fine.
not even the
Yeah.
material components they needed. They came back all injured.
You came back all empty-handed, though. You didn't find
Do you know where we could find a shadow artifact made of crystal or something that would be useful to craft a lens?
what my guess would be best place would be the plane of shadow.
And what if we didn't want to go there?
Well, then you would send someone to the plane of shadow to look for it.
Could you go to the plane of shadow and look for a crystal or something that would be useful to craft a lens,
And I'm doing this why?
so that we can map the shadow plane safely from the material plane?
Safely
Yes.
from the far seer of rest.
What safer place is there?
Barnabas looks at everyone else like, do I have to say it? Do I have to say it?
Yeah, and he's pretending not to. He's not meeting your gaze.
Maybe they got some sort of map, so maybe they already mapped the place out. It's changing. It's all changing. We could get a map. Do you know where there's a map of the shadow plane?
Of the entirety of the shadow plane or the shadow plane of Volcanica?
Volcanica.
I would imagine in the shadow plane.
Could you go to the shadow plane and get one?
Why don't you want to go to the shadow plane, Sonny?
Because things there tried to eat me.
But that is not an unusual experience in the shadow plane. explore long enough.
I don't have to explore very long for them to find me.
So there are things. Are you saying there are things actively seeking you? Do you know what they are?
They're dangerous.
That's not what I meant. That's a very vague description.
At the pass near the giants, I went to the shadow plane to investigate an altar, and I cast a spell. And then immediately, the skull started to move, and everything went all crazy. And so I came back to the material plane, and I don't really want to go back.
All right, I'll tell you what. First, we'll deal with this legion from hell.
You mean deal with them, or like deal with them?
or deal with them. Yeah.
Well, we could give them an artifact, Farseer of Rest, and
It's supposed to be of Kurtleback. Kurtleback has nothing to do with the Farseer of Rest.
we'll see. I mean, we'll see what the artifacts we find. Maybe then we'll pick one. So, do we know where to get this artifact?
Yes, the mines where they've got thousands and thousands of kobolds digging up Kurtleback's body, working them to death in horrific conditions. We will free these kobolds.
Oh, all right, you're serious. Sure, it could happen. Who knows?
They have a mysterious kobold who I suspect might be a dragon, but I might be wrong. Who could lead them?
What sort of dragon?
That tricksy one. Might not be. He's tricksy nonetheless. He's not a kobold. He pretends to be a kobold.
Okay, how do you know that?
Intuition.
Fuck's sake. All right.
Just
Intuition
hunches. I've got Sunny hunch.
Druids know things.
Uh-huh. Okay. So let's read
It
books.
does make it hard to like sort out the story in your mind later from what's like, no, there's a character who definitively thinks this is correct,
Yeah.
and whether it's correct or not, it was correct. Like it's
Yes.
he never really was like, he could be a kobold, just like a kobold bard or something, and it would be like, no, he was really something else pretending to be a kobold.
He was pretending to be a kobold bard. That's all.
The cult
Yes.
is in charge of the dig.
Yes. So the devils are in conflict with the cult, which is a good sign. Although they might simply be from the trying to keep Tiamat in in the hells. Might be the whole angle.
Well, that wouldn't be bad for Volcanica, now would it?
Sonny doesn't know the answer to that. He's just non-committal on that. He's like,
I'm glad you agree. Barnabas is ignoring
Regardless
your
of where
ambition.
Tiamat is, she's still a goddess.
Brenos fully supports that statement.
I'm not arguing that.
Alright, so Zariel is the one who slapped our Uzi friend all around the room.
That is correct, yeah.
So
And we beat up one of her legions.
Blinded them, you said?
We killed a few.
Right.
this is only a couple.
Yeah, they get really... Let's be honest.
Oh, there was that whole troop of more than a couple. 40. So
The bearded ones with those really sharp glaives.
Oh, I bearded devils.
I was only thinking of the Arenes.
Arignes.
Your spells are pretty potent, says Agony to Quintessa.
Yes, well, I've been brought up to be a defender of the faith.
I think there's something more than that, is what he says in Draconic.
Brought up to be a defender of the face by blasting the shit out of things.
Well, yes. Precisely.
What's our next move? I would like to see these artifacts of Kurtlemak.
Yes.
Sonny suggested... Oh, was it Sonny? Thogrim suggested that we might be able to draw power from Kurtlemak's body.
Well, if they are unearthing the actual body of the dead god. So he's got, like, wide eyes. Mm.
Yes, that would be worth looking into for certain. And I would also like to see what artifacts are available. And as for this Shadow Lich, we should, at least at this time, make every effort to not antagonize it.
So don't fight the obnoxious gnome and the crab.
Despite the obnoxious gnome and the crab, yes.
He did send a Glabazoo after us.
We will forgive this for now. Until we know the purpose of
Which one's the Glabazoo?
us. Yeah, the claws, the
Forearms,
lobster
yeah.
claws.
Little
Right.
arms.
I remember seeing that. Well, I think we should go and destroy something.
There's a growl from the Platinum Blade.
Or some Garrison dance. Go kill some shit.
The devils were killing the kobolds.
They should know they are garrisoning themselves in their little fort thingy until we return, and they will cease killing kobolds, probably because they're currently looking for wands or scrolls or something of removed blindness.
Well, kept them busy, that's for sure.
They also have to find their mages, somebody or other. Quintessa's
In the
so
north.
he's just having a giggle. Quintessa just sent away.
I think the first order of business would be heading to the north and dealing with the mine.
Yes, I think we should go to the...
Secure the mine.
Also,
Secure the artifacts.
they might have the materials in the mine that we need to make the lens of the Fascia.
Quite possible. Quite possible.
Alright, fine.
Then we head back south to those devils and kill them all.
Or we don't kill them all and don't antagonize the scary lady with the sword.
We just
Scary
kill her.
lady with the sword has sorry, I got a dog with a toy. And it's been
Barnabas.
making me laugh all night.
Brandon, show me your sword. That's a
Well-
scary man with a sword.
No. I mean the one who slew the thing, who was, whose mere presence was on the verge of destroying our physical forms. That one. Brendos is mighty, but there are things he cannot fight. Now, to be clear, I don't think there's anything in that legion that Brendos could not fight. Although the Arinias and Brendos, the Arinias will win because they're going to be hard to catch. And Brendos has many spots to put arrows in. Put one in there, one in there, one in there.
That's why we fight as a team. That's why we fight together as a team then, man.
They have a lot of... And now Sonny's like thinking to himself, we could spell immunity dimensional anchor, and then we could, like there's
Spell immunity, the Unholy Aura.
Order's Wrath and the Unholy Aura and Unholy Blight. We could,
Perhaps now is the time to stop making enemies everywhere we go.
I think we should make friends.
Of the kobolds by killing the devils.
We can make friends.
No.
We
The
make friends
devils
of the
are on-
kobolds by ejecting the cult of the chromatic ascendancy, that sect, out of the mines.
Why?
Because they're not going to let us take everything we want.
They're trying to summon Tiamat? Unless they're not trying to summon Tiamat.
I
mean,
with my mask, I might be able to just walk in and order them around if I'm the highest ranking person.
That gets us ways in.
If there's another masked person there, then we can take them out.
perfect. Sounds like fun.
The kobolds, it looks like they've already set up their operation. We're not going to be digging ourselves, are we?
No.
Well, then let them dig.
Some of them want to dig, some of them don't.
A little bit less to death would be nice.
Agony shrugs. He doesn't care.
We can agree on less to death, I think.
We'll go to the mine, see what's going on, take what we like, and I suppose we could free some kobolds or something. After that, we will return, come up with a plan to see, once we decide whether it's worth giving up an artifact.
Oh, and they really, really, really like Thogrim. Thogrim made an impression, and they really like him.
I'm the Archmage.
Telepathic.
Really?
Like, telephone
Okay.
game.
Yep.
Do what I say because I'm the Archmage.
Okay. Well, I guess we know who we're targeting first. Dude flying around with a cannon, claiming to be Archmage? Sure. Let's get rid of that asshole.
Oh, great.
Arrows are painful. If you haven't, gotten Capra a chocolate or something recently, you should probably get Capra a chocolate. Just, archers absolutely are a problem.
Well, the wind spell you do is quite useful.
Until my ring didn't work because he's deemed devil. It's the wrong kind of magic. And it's bullshit. Chronicles, how do I make my ring work against the devil?
What ring?
My ring of counterspelling didn't counterspell the devil's spell because it's not the proper spell.
Right, because he didn't cast a spell.
Well, I want to not have my spells go away. I'd hate that.
Then get a better ring.
There's probably some allows the
there is a
counterspelling of
mythic power that allows you to counterspell. Yeah, there's a way to
spelling
do it.
abilities.
Yeah. Now, is it useful?
Would have been.
For Widget, I think it's something he'll probably end up taking because he does a lot of that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right, so it sounds
So
like you guys
exotic.
are going back
Going
to
to mines.
Amalgamon's area to fuck around.
All right. So
We're going to
how did your end go?
Oh, pretty well. We got the stuff.
We blew up a bug.
Yeah, we found a portal to Yggdrasil. He's looking at
Oh.
Sonny like,
That's a very holy thing. What did you do with it?
we sent a delayed fireball through this portal. It was a corrupted portion of Yggdrasil, you understand? So we just set that off and ran away.
Excuse me?
Or we set a fireball off to Yggdrasil. There's terrible things happening there. You just don't want to go.
What was on the other side?
I'm not positive, but they were of the opinion they could tell the Ghost Lord what to do, so we weren't keen on finding out just yet. Certainly not with only half of us.
sometimes it's easy to get in over your head when we're not all together. There's a lot more people in an army than you'd think.
You don't say. Barnabas has this dry, like, I can't believe I'm having this conversation.
Like lots, hundreds. All right, so you blew up Yggdrasil. I don't think you will ever learn Druidic. Ever. I just. I don't think it's gonna happen.
Well, then I don't think I'll tell you about the Gaza region things I found.
Is Gaza region on Volcanica?
No, it's a different world that the Imperium used to be.
Fair trade.
Oh, all right. So you don't care about the worm, the Emperor worm that walks.
Ooh.
No, it's okay. It's okay. You're not interested.
Well,
I understand.
I'm not
It's a
interested in
different
Gaza region,
world.
but
It's a different world. So
The
I have
Emperor
no
worm
interest to the
walks.
Druid of Volcanica. So. I'll just go over here, make some stew, and
Hey, Cog, what did Barnabas say about the Emperor worm that walks?
Oh, he says. So you should ask him. Couldn't understand half of what he said.
oh, Cog,
Yes.
here, take this. She hands you that rod that extends into a quarterstaff that gives you a +2 to your AC if you're fighting defensively.
+2 to, how does it do that?
It just fucking does.
It's the power of the rod.
Are you sure? I mean, I'm quite difficult to hit as it is. I have a very good defense. Let's put it that way. You sure
Yes,
you don't need
but
it yourself?
But I'm better than you, so I think you should have it. Besides, I have carried my ruby dagger, and if I am also holding the staff, I can't cast spells.
Better than you say.
Isn't being narcissistic like a trait of the
It is,
god?
yes. It is.
Narcissism. It's the god
Well,
of narcissism.
vain,
Of vanity.
vanity. But
It's the
close
god
enough.
of American Psycho.
The rod of the
Magic,
I'll put it
death,
over
and
here.
vanity. Yeah.
It's the god of American Psycho.
Yeah.
What's your walk around? Out of curiosity.
It's become a contest.
My walk around,
Yeah.
it is 46. That's
48.
before any style or spell.
48. Mark.
Yeah, but I can get it up to.
We don't need to.
We
I
can
don't
get up
need this.
to.
It's
Basically,
late. I don't
basically
need this.
if the two of them fight, it's roll 20s.
Yeah,
Alright,
it's
so
roll 20s.
Cog and Quintessa are like, oh, well, my style matches this style, and then I'll do this, but I'll do that. This is how I
I
do
would
it. Oh,
counter
the
with
pinky
this.
needs to be a little bit stronger, a little bit
Yeah,
further
Cog,
out.
Cog sticks his hand in like one of the things and like one of the little pockets. Pulls out like vials, like tick, 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 tick. Got shield, boxskin, haste.
And Brenos is thinking to himself, "True strike."
No, you
If,
need more than true strike to get.
Agony in his corner just smiles evilly, knowing that the artifact allows him to add his charisma bonus to his AC, and he's already got his charisma bonus to AC through Monk, so he adds twice
He's
his
got
charisma bonus.
He's got a really good AC.
Yeah, his walk around AC before anything is 56.
Nice.
So he's just
We
smiling as
boosted.
he's listening to Cog, who he used to train with, talk about his maneuvers.
So, Brenos, if he really wanted to kill you, would be without the other party members getting his bonus to hit into the plus 68 plus 70 kind of range.
That's without Quintessa going, here's a +5 luck or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Cog can push into the 70s, almost 80.
So it's the 50-50, and then it's the double damage, and it's the did you survive the hit? Yeah, it's the nope.
Agony with haste could get to 70. You'd have to put all of it up. But
58.
it's sick.
those ACs down here. On the flip side, Brenos put a lot of money into being able to get a 40. To get a 40-something, he tried real hard. He put a lot of money into it.
That's a lot of work and a lot of money to get that.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, so next game we're gonna go back to the mines, or go back
Yes.
to Amalgamons and play
We're
around
gonna
in
go back
mines.
to the mines, figure out what's going on in there.
Yep.
Try to get the materials for crafting the lens, as well as figure out
Milk a
what we
dead
got.
god for all the mythic we can get.
And then what are you guys doing after that?
treating with the devils,
Okay, and then after that,
finding freedom.
freedom to talk to Macath.
Yes.
Okay.
Tying up loose ends.
Yep.
And then at that point, it would be like then going back to the lady and being like,
Yeah, the
"Hey."
Imperial Administrator probably wants you to, she already told you what she wants you to do next, which was Varam told you about one of the green dragon masks.
There's a green dragon nest.
No, the green dragon mask
Mask.
leader of the cult is actually in Elsir Vale, or attacking Elsir Vale. Fortress Top is under.
Yeah.
Fortress Top, yeah.
Fortress Top, where all the doppelgangers were.
Yep.
Yep.
So we're gonna go there.
Mark, where'd you put the staff?
They've been raiding there for some reason.
Underneath your weapons.
Okay.
All right.
So we've got that to do, and then I don't know where, like chasing down Sarshan. What else? Going to Thogrim's mansion, which he hasn't been to yet.
Yeah. Break. How long has it been since actually I got the title?
Weeks.
Oh crap! I really should go back, shouldn't I?
Probably.
So-
yeah. Archmage of Overlook. Never at Overlook.
There's a prisoner transfer. I don't know if you want to be there for that in 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks, and then
Where's prisoner?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You're 11 weeks, which is 55 days away from when Quintessa needs to be in Tarak.
Oh, that's coming up real quick.
Yep. You guys are close to leveling to 16th, so there is at least a three week period of that time that needs to be done for training, and then there's 1 week to sell the current treasure that's in the backlog.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
Okay. Question: don't we have an item? This is important. We have an item that increases your CR by 2 or something when casting. We have an item like
Cast
that, don't
level?
we?
CL?
Yeah. Caster level. Sorry.
That would be like a monstrously epic item. There's like an Ioun stone that'll increase it by 1. That's like 20 grand.
I've already got that one.
So Widget has a mythic power that does that.
Oh, no, that's not it. Oh yeah, that's fine. It's okay.
There's a cleric thing that lets you prepare your spells one day. But
And
it's like
and I think there's one that the other party needs to argue over. That we captured something. I vaguely recall in the treasure pile there's something potent.
All right.
Good place to leave it. Let's name the name of our game before we close out here.
Blinded by the light. Revved up like a deuce.
Like a
Arch
deuce.
target.
What's that?
Arch target.
Arch target.
Arch target. I am the Archmage.
I am the Archmage. That's right
I
there.
am the Archmage.
Dealing with devils.
Truce.
Truce.
Go
BRB.
ahead.
I'm telling Mo.
No. How about truce or consequences?
So what I would highly recommend, Mark, is the slightly more expensive dog toys that make like the really deep sounds. They make like a wah, 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 wah kind of sounds. They're just way less irritating at night.
I was kind of waiting for my wife to come downstairs and go, "Would you take that fucking thing away from her?"
Oh, it's a passive aggressive. Okay.
All right, for those watching on YouTube, which is where this video will appear, thanks for watching. For those hanging out in the channel tonight with us, good seeing you folks here. And as always, we hope you enjoy this as much as we do. Peace. Have a good night.
Good night.
Hey.